Alright, here we go. Game 3, round 2, NA bracket, Star-Crossed Cup, Spark Trooper and Part-Time Ninja against Rainbow Hamlet, or Honey Nuts and Dusty. And this will be Spark Trooper and Part-Time Ninja's last chance before getting eliminated from the tournament. It is the elimination round. And they have picked allies for this game, and it looks like in Game 3 both teams get 2 vetoes, so all other maps were vetoed, and it came down to Moscow Outskirts. We will have, and then at that point, of course, after the vetoes, Complex Stairs chose their faction, which meant that Honey Nuts and Dusty were left with Axis. Which, no huge surprise there, since they lost Game 2 so severely. But it looks like they're actually changing things up a little bit, and have gone with double Oster. So for the second time today, I'm seeing a double Oster strategy. Very interesting, and hopefully they'll be able to make this work a little bit better. We do have Dusty going straight for the munitions, following up with double Grenadiers. Honey Nuts going also with double Grenadiers, heading for the left side fuel, and actually doing something really similar to what we saw from Siberian here in round 2, trying to get a barbed wire barricade up right there. Apparently that's a thing. That is a thing. Conscripts going for the munitions here, Grenadiers grabbing the cutoff, and we will have Tier 2 from Part-Time Ninja and Maxim moving up to support Tier 1 from Spark Trooper.
We have a fresh Grenadier squad.
It really saddens me to see so little U.S. forces play, but I guess when you're in the elimination bracket, you can't afford to get cocky and bring out the U.S. forces. They're not that confident. Panzerfaust catches that scout car just like way out of position. That was it almost looked like he did that on purpose. It almost looked like he was baiting that Panzerfaust just to drain his opponent's munitions. But I hope that, yeah, there it goes. I don't know what that was. That did not go very well for him. Dusty also flanking the Maxim with his Pioneers here. I am almost not even sure that's gonna get away. Barely escapes. That could have been a devastating opening engagement for him. Dusty taking out a scout car and a Maxim. Right there at the 3-minute mark, it's sustaining no losses. No casualties at all. What a horrible start for the Allies there. Meanwhile, over here on the left, Spark Troopers Combat Engineers doing respectable damage to those Pioneers, which are going to be forced away from the fuel for now. I mean, that's sort of struggling a little bit for territory up against these Maxims. Trying to just get a hold of the cutoff here, but not really in much of a position to try and take the fuel.
This is now German territory.
Meanwhile, the squad wipes are just continuing over here on the right side. No, they'll get away. I think they'll get away.
MG42 team is ready for action.
But yeah, the Soviets are at a considerable disadvantage here over on the right side. That being said, they are dedicating some forces to harassment here. Dusty has not yet taken this strategic point, so he will be cut off from the fuel and even the munitions actually for a little while, until he can get some new troops on the field to counter-harass. We also have yet another scout car, so Spark Trooper seems to like going with a second one. He throws his first scout car away as soon as it hits the field, and then makes the second one and dominates with it, because his opponent won't be expecting it. That appears to be Spark Trooper's strategy with Tier 1. It worked last game. Let's see if he can make the same thing happen this game. Maxim firing on these Grenadiers as they approach. Honey Nuts trying to take cover with some heavily wounded Grenadiers behind this wall. I think that the Maxim could win this engagement. Plus there's more Grenadiers moving up to support. I think this is just too much, and the Maxim will be forced away. Run, Maxim. Dusty actually really struggling to take this strategic point, and I think it's about time that he were to grab this, because they're actually cut off until he does so. But he needs to keep the pressure up here in the middle. He wants to maintain that early advantage that he got wiping out that scout car and Maxim. Although I guess the Maxim did get away. So not that big of an advantage, I guess. Really just a scout car got taken out. MG42 needs to reposition. Maxim is moving up. Grenadiers taking the cutoff over here. Although some conscripts have snuck past to grab the fuel. Oh! That didn't really work out. He's trying to get behind that MG42, but the fast caught him just in time. And that's going to be the second scout car that the Spark Trooper has lost. He is just not catching any lucky breaks with his scout cars this game. Bit of a push by some guards over here on the right, pushing those grenadiers back, so that will be a doctrine chosen by Spark Trooper, and it is mechanized support or whatever. I still don't know the name of this doctrine, despite having cast like 2 full rounds of this tournament and it getting picked every game. I somehow still don't know what it's called.
Fresh Guards troops are standing by.
Lots of Maxims coming up from Part-Time Ninja over here on the left. He's really gonna need to make something happen over here. Axis have a huge map advantage right now. Not too much defending though. A couple machine guns and some grenadiers. Could be tough to assault though with just Maxims. He does have them assist there though. He could be thinking about a high explosive barrage. He has the munitions for it.
Infantry squads are now available.
And these shock troops certainly should be helpful. High explosive barrage going out, shock troops trying to move around on the flank, although I'm not sure if he knows about the second machine gun. Meanwhile, Spark Trooper moving some squads over to harass the territory. He's got Penals grabbing the fuel back, guards going to take the victory point. High explosive barrage doing really nice against Honeynuts machine gun. Honeynuts just can't keep his machine guns alive. Hopefully it won't get stolen. Ooh, Dusty going in hard with a scout car here, but he gets caught by those guards. His pathing might be a little rough here, I don't know. And I think we just saw Luftwaffe supply getting dropped there. I don't know if that was a good idea. He just dropped those supply boxes right on top of some shock troops. But that's going to be the first time we see Luftwaffe supply. And that was Honeynuts that just dropped that. Interesting. So, interesting. Well, that'll be the first time we've seen this commander selection this tournament. We'll see if Honeynuts can make it work.
Medium armor and rocket artillery is now available.
Honeynuts losing this energy again to the shock troops. And those infantry will be forced away. Allies struggling for territory. They really need to start harassing the right side. There is one machine gun defending. Looks like a squad of shock troops is circling around a flank.
Reinforcements complete.
Meanwhile, some Penals are battling Honeynuts from within the house, catching that machine gun in a kind of awkward position. 222 did get away and get repaired. Now it's back, trying to circle around these team weapons without any conscripts in the area. To AT grenaded. It pretty much has free reign. Oh no, got stuck. Oh, I think it might go down. Yeah, there it goes. He tried to squeeze through with the way that the AT gun's set up right there. That's pretty much the end of that.
A squad of pioneers has arrived.
Honeynuts does manage to keep these machine guns under his control, though. Just keeps recrewing them. Isn't about to let them get stolen by a penal battalion here. These Penal battalions are suppressed, getting in the building out there. Definitely going to get brute forced out of there. They need to retreat right now. In fact, if they don't, I don't know if they're going to make it home.
We are losing a sector.
Run.
Reconnaissance flight set to
And there is a sniper on the field from Spark Trooper here as well. High explosive barrage going out on the machine gun again, but that penal, the loss of that penal battalion really hurts, especially when they're so down for territory as it is. Shock troops grabbing the fuel. Maybe they haven't actually seen this machine gun here yet. Maybe that wasn't a flank. Maybe he just wanted to harass territory. They do still have control of the left side fuel, but they're about to lose it to Honey Nuts Grenadiers. Apparently chat has devolved into nothing but Jam and Rock and Dusty like yelling at each other. They're not even having a coherent conversation. It's just like random like words. Sniper taking shots on the building. Oh, Dusty's machine gun could get taken out here. Trying to retreat. Might make it away. I don't think those guards have DPs. Oh, and they have the Grenadiers with the flamethrower force of reaction, so it will make it away. Shock troops moving up to follow up though. Grenadiers grabbing fuel over here. We also have I think a fuel drop coming in on this point. Pioneers moving to recover the crates. There's not really anything else nearby to grab that. That's 200 manpower to utilize that, and it gives I guess 20 fuel if both of those crates, or no, 30 fuel. Wow, so that's not bad. That is not bad at all. And it looks like Honey Nuts is going to be utilizing that fuel bonus to crank out Panzer IVs. He's going to have his Panzer IV pretty early. And if he can spam medium tanks hard enough, it could definitely help push the Allies back even farther. They're already kind of at a disadvantage a little bit. Fuel anyway. So we can push that advantage even harder by getting some quick medium armor out, trying to shut down the Allied infantry. It looks like the Allies are going to be stalling for heavy tanks again. We do have IS-2 shock rifle chosen from Part-Time Ninja. We do have ISU chosen by Spark Trooper, so medium armor I think is, like, rushing out medium armor, definitely the way to go to counter that, and I think that Dusty and Honey Nuts are trying to adapt from their loss last game. Try a slightly different approach. Shock troops will be getting forced back by those Grenadiers. Meanwhile, these Grenadiers and the machine gun probably have the advantage here. That squad will be forced to retreat, but still, map control firmly in Axis hands. Huge advantage, I think, as of this moment anyway. And Honey Nuts Panzer IV is hitting the field now. There's a field gun there to counter. Panzer IV will get pushed back. Actually sustain some pretty nasty shots right as soon as they hit the field. That's kind of a shame. And Honey Nuts Grenadiers definitely getting pushed back by that Maxim and shock troops. So he may have overextended himself a little bit there. Ooh, nice flank coming in from Dusty on some of this stuff though. The Maxims are not in position to counter. The field gun's being forced to reposition as well. I don't know why Honey Nuts didn't take advantage of that beautiful flank and just go in on all of that. Ooh, perfect incendiary mortar from Dusty too. What a perfectly executed push. Oh geez. That is definitely going to open up an avenue for Honey Nuts to follow up. Maybe take out that sniper, maybe. No, he's going to pull back. And that would be too aggressive. That's a Vet 2 field gun. And his tank is at half health, so instead he's just going to charge it in reverse, straight up the gut. Alright, he takes up a position behind that house. Takes some shots at that, at those engineers. Meanwhile, Honey Nuts grabbing the territory with his Grenadiers. incendiary, something. What is that? Oh, incendiary strafe.
The sector is at risk.
Coming down on the AT gun, but it does not get cleared, and the snipers are taking shots at those grenadiers, forcing them to retreat. Still, the Axis are showing like such ridiculous amounts of aggression. Even at the 15-minute mark, the Soviets are getting pounded into their base, and that just goes to show how effective medium armor can be when your opponent is stalling for heavies. Medium armor is just, it's the way to go. It'll just shut that down so hard.
Target vehicle marking available.
More fuel getting called in here, trying to keep the Panzer IVs coming. Honeynuts actually sitting at 160 fuel, so he could call another one in right now. Maybe maybe he's gonna go tier 4. Maybe he's trying to keep that fuel coming in. Go tier 4 and get like some Panthers or something. Yeah, he is. He's battle phase 3. He's gonna go all the way. That should be fun to see. And I think that this doctrine is perfect for that. It doesn't have any call-in tanks, but it can boost your fuel income up to the point where going tier 4 might actually be viable, and certainly when you have an early advantage like this. I think Honeynuts might be able to make it work this game, so that's an interesting strategy. That's very different. Very different from what we've seen so far, and we'll see if it works out.
The enemy is taking our territory. Resupply by air is now available, Commander.
Axis continuing to harass over here on the right side. Allies really struggling. They're kind of grouping up here in the middle because they're struggling to win engagements separately. Having sustained some losses. Incendiary barrage doesn't really do anything.
To an emergency medical station.
More fuel boxes being deployed.
The enemy is gaining a foothold. We are down to 300 points.
Victory point's pretty even this game, though. Oh. Button keeping that Panzer IV in position for some pretty good shots by that field gun. All of these grenadiers just blobbing into a wall of Maxims. That's not working very well. Versus a mass retreat, especially under sniper fire. Honeynuts now has 300 fuel. His teammate has 325. But if we take a look at Dusty, I don't even know for sure. Oh right, Spearhead, because we've seen the mortar half track. Already vet 1. Also 14 kills. Very nice. It's performing quite well in its role, I would say. Ooh, but a T-34 is sitting in the field, so now the Soviets will have a little bit of medium armor of their own. Hopefully they can bully some of these infantry squads in the half track a little bit with that, although there is a pack on the field now.
You now have Tiger tanks at your command.
Guards really need to retreat. There they go. T-34 roaming around looking for targets. The Panzer IV is still getting repaired, so he has a little time, a little wriggle room. He is taking shots from that. Oh no, he's not.
We have a full squad.
Grenadiers going so far as to harass that sector. That's a huge overextension. And I think that Part-Time Ninja could easily just wipe that squad if he were to just send his both his shock troops to chase. Looks like they might get away though because of the way he spread himself out. Oh, Tiger hitting the field already from Dusty. 19 minutes, that's even earlier than last game. Ooh, oh no. Man, there have been a lot of abandoned tanks this tournament. Like an unusually high number of abandoned tanks in this tournament. It's called the Star-Crossed Cup for a reason. All kinds of just crazy, weird events. Shock troops trying to charge these grenadiers. They do close the gap. Ooh. But unfortunately, they will not be able to win that engagement. They do get forced away. And it looks like the Axis are going to be able to recover that T-34. It didn't even have engine damage or anything when it got abandoned, so it's going to be easy for the for the Axis to pull that back, and that is a really that's bad.
That's everyone. Grenadiers ready.
Although that being said, I think Honey Nuts lost his Panzer IV somewhere. Yeah, he did. So they traded for a worse medium tank. I don't actually know what happened to it though. Where is it? He didn't like dive the base or something, did he? I'm not sure what happened. Tiger taking a lot of damage, has to pop smoke to get away. Snipers continue to fire on these grenadiers though. Keeps repositioning though.
Stuka bombers ready for orders.
I have no idea where that Panzer IV died. I think the remains of the tank probably got like destroyed somewhere, so yeah, not sure.
Grenadiers reinforced.
Man, the flamethrower on those grenadiers and an LMG, pretty annoying for those Soviet team weapons to deal with. Tiger getting repaired over here. Take a look at Honey Nuts. Well, he's got 270 fuel, but still no. Oh no, he's got a Panther. Yep, there it is. He did indeed go tier 4. Throwing a pintle-mounted machine gun on there. He's probably going to keep these medium tanks coming. Second Panther, as soon as he has the manpower, even would probably be a good idea. He's kind of bleeding because he's got 4 grenadier squads he's got to maintain. So, and not to mention the 200 manpower cost to do the supply drop, but he has a lot of fuel in the bank. So he's certainly going to have no problem keeping the Panther spam going once his manpower income catches up with him a little bit. LMG's doing a lot of damage to those guards, but he is eventually forced away. The Panther is moving up as well. There's an Su-85 on the field though, so that's tier 4 being used by Spark Troopers, so he's not planning to spam nothing but ISUs. He's going to bridge the gap with tier 4 a little bit. Hopefully he'll be able to make that work, but Panther Su-85 matchup of course comes down purely to positioning. Trying to keep the Su-85 at range, trying not to let that Panther get off a really deadly flank. Tiger going in hard. I don't think there's anything here really to protect the flanks. 2 field guns. This is actually going to back off rather than try and circle strafe. Taking heavy damage from both of these field guns. Ooh, that shot bounced, so it'll be at about half health. Panther is up to 4 kills, harassing over here on the left. And the Panther's actually not great in an anti-infantry role. It's okay with the MG upgrade, but it's for a tank, it's actually not that good against infantry. Some people even call it a tank destroyer, even though it's not a tank destroyer. It's a tank. Because it kind of behaves like one with its long range and good armor and stuff. But yeah, not that good against infantry, so Honey Nuts is probably going to be focusing mostly on trying to hunt the Su-85, try and shut down other enemy vehicles. And once the ISUs hit the field, if he has like 2 or 3 Panthers, that's going to be a huge asset in shutting those down. Map control situation still really tough for the Allies to keep up. They're keeping the victory points even, so that's something, but they're just so behind on fuel and munitions and stuff. They do finally have control of one of the munitions points. Kind of struggling to just keep their half of the map under control, though.
We are awaiting orders.
Have a moment of quiet time while both sides reinforce and repair. The T-34 has been repaired and is on its way back to the front lines. Tiger needs to pull back for repairs, though. MG42 doing heavy damage to these conscripts. They're going to be forced to retreat. They're screening for the snipers, which are moving up to try and get some kills. For some reason, one of those snipers is really lagging behind. Having difficulty positioning them both to get kills, I guess. There's the second Panther from Honey Nuts, which is going to be more than enough to take on that SU. He could easily dive. I don't know why he's being so passive. Of course, he doesn't want to lose game 3. It is kind of all coming down to the wire here. He doesn't want to make any critical mistakes. That SU-85 has just exposed itself a little too much, I think, and Honey Nuts is going to go in on it hard, flanking around. Kind of messes up with that one in the back, though. It's not going to be able to keep up. The SU is on the road, making it quite difficult to flank. Ooh, the shot on the frontal armor of the Panther bounces there. And now the SU-85 has been forced off the road. Panther is still on the road, should be able to flank easily. There it goes. Hits Vet 1, and now he's going to be able to blitz to safety. If the pathing doesn't ruin everything, there's the button. Oh, the PTRSs penetrate. One more shot could be really bad. Oh, that PTRS shot did not penetrate. I think he's gonna make it. He's gonna make it out. That did cancel his blitz, though.
200 points remain. Double your efforts.
So, a little bit of a pathing hiccup, a little bit of a traffic jam, but that Panther will be able to make it to safety, having secured an SU-85 kill and also 9 infantry kills in the midst of everything. Not to mention what Dusty's been up to over here on the right. Actually, it looks like it's been pretty quiet over here.
The new men have arrived.
Taking some territory. Looks like a big push for the right side is about to happen, though. Snipers firing. The Grenadiers will be forced away.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Slowly pushing for territory here on the right. Snipers moving up to fire on the MG in the house. Guards to screen, although they need to watch out for that mortar half track up to Vet 2 now. T-34 is actually moving up to engage, although it will be in the arc of a field gun. Looks like it's taking a shot at the snipers. Misses. Field gun convinces it to back off. Incendiary barrage over here just about wipes this Maxim.
Engineers are standing by.
Meanwhile, it looks like the Panthers are both fully repaired. We have some munitions caches actually going up from Dusty. Interesting. I guess he wants to spam fragmentation bombs? I don't know. I wonder what motivates that. Maybe he just wants his teammate to be able to spam his Stuka bomb strike and such. Because he has actually built 4 munitions caches. So he definitely wants munitions. I'm not 100% sure what for, but could be a multitude of things. And Honey Nuts actually has 380 munitions stockpiled right now, so he can just start going bombs away on all kinds of stuff. Incendiary strike going off, but it doesn't really hit anything here. Panthers moving in on these guards. Oh, they're actually going in on the snipers, trying to finish them off with pintle mounted machine guns, I think, but he, I don't know if he pathed optimally there. And that's actually a third Panther on the field. So Honey Nuts is going in on Panthers hard, absolutely shutting down any attempt at ISUs, I think. He really does not want to get pushed around by ISUs this game. As soon as an ISU hits the field, he's going to have 3 Panthers all over it. Really pushing the medium armor advantage. Like I said before, Panther performance against the infantry is not spectacular. You probably shouldn't take 3 Panthers to kill like a dead squad of shock troopers infantry. But, I don't know, there you go. Axis continuing to just sort of hold their line, hold territory. They're certainly doing quite well now for victory points. There's only 80 victory points remaining for the Allies. They have slowed the clock over here with some shock troops. They're really struggling. If you take a look at pop caps, we have 98 and 95 from the Axis and only 52 and 35 from the Soviets. So even if they combined all of their units into one giant blob, they still wouldn't be able to match one of their opponents, which is saying something. LMG is firing on these shock troops. Nice grenade though. Still, they're going to be forced to retreat. Looks like a teller mine is going down right here. I think he just shot the teller mine. I wonder if he gets a refund for that. I heard it go clang and then the teller mine like disappeared. Somebody should rewind the YouTube video and see if he gets his 50 munitions back. Panthers may be able to wipe that shock troop squad. There it goes. Finally, the IS-2 hits the field. I think the ISU still is not going to be here for some time. No. Part-time Ninja just spent pretty much all of his resources to call that in. But yeah, the ISU, he's nowhere near being able to afford an ISU. Not even close. His army is also just completely gone. His fuel is almost there, but his manpower would take several minutes to get there. This IS-2 is not going to stand a chance against 3 Panthers. Even from the front, the Panthers are doing just fine. Honey Nuts is going to be able to rotate out the wounded Panther, I think, without much problem. IS-2 also kind of exposing its rear armor there. Easily taken out. Those massive Panthers stood no chance. And there you have it, stalling for heavy tanks. Can't get shut down by a really good, really aggressive medium armor play. GG being called by a part-time Ninja and Spartan Trooper. So that's going to be it. And I agree, these were good games. These were good games, although I think the Allies kind of struggled here in this game, but that does mean Dusty and Honey Nuts will be advancing in the tournament. They're going to be up against Slayers, which is Lemon and Disillusion, so that's going to be a great game to watch. So definitely tune in for that. I think probably going to be... I'm not sure about the schedule, probably streaming that either tomorrow or the next day. We'll see what happens. But that's going to conclude the stream for tonight. That's everything. That's all the rounds for today. So thanks a lot for watching, and tune in again tomorrow.